everyone! I am so excited to say that I'm going to Coachella this year for the second year in a row. I shared a campsite last year with Karen and Leo. Yeah, I kind of third-wheeled on their trip, and this year I'm going with them again, and my friend Brittany is also coming with us. So I thought I'd do a video and share some things that I learned while I was camping last year, and I'm calling it my Coachella Hacks. Karen and Leo really showed me the ropes last year, so a few of these hacks are from them. These hacks aren't really beauty or fashion related hacks. They're more like practical things that you can do or bring to make your life a whole lot easier when you get there. These are hacks that I learned while I was camping, but I think they'll still be helpful if you're staying somewhere off of the campsite. So let's just get started. My first hack is one for sleeping, and it's my favorite hack because I think it makes the biggest difference on the entire trip. And that is to bring a foldable foam mattress. And I can show you what that looks like. So I have this giant mattress thing that's like this big, and it folds into like 3, and it's held together by this Velcro. It fit into my tent perfectly. It made such a big difference because by the end of the night, I was actually excited to be sleeping in a tent on this bed. And it really helps you to get a good night's rest and you're not sleeping on the cold, hard ground. I think if you're staying at an Airbnb with a bunch of friends and not enough sleeping space, you can also bring this and just lay it out and you'll have a comfortable place to sleep. It is probably the best thing I could bring to Coachella. My brother actually bought this, so I got very lucky with that. I think they're about $60 the last time I checked. I'll find it and leave a link down below. $60 is kind of a lot of money, but I think it's worth the investment because you can kind of store it at home and pull it out whenever you have friends come over and they have somewhere to sleep that's comfortable and you're giving them their own space. So I think it's a really great investment. My second hack is a very obvious one, but I put it on the list anyway, and that is to bring a portable battery so that you can charge your phone or your camera. I'm actually going to bring like 3 of these with me just because I have them laying around already. But what I like to do is I like to bring a big one. This one charges my phone I think 5 or 6 times, and I like to leave this at the campsite. Because it's a little bit heavier, I don't want to carry this around in my backpack while I'm inside the festival just because it's like extra unnecessary weight. So I'm also going to bring a smaller version of this that I can just carry around in the festival for those emergency times. My third hack involves this beach towel. I actually got this in a Pop Sugar Select monthly box, and this one is from a brand called Turkish-T, which I will leave in the description box. It's a beach towel, but I've never seen one like this because it's so lightweight. It's like, is this really gonna dry my body? But I actually found it to be super helpful. When it got really hot, I would run this under water and wring it so that it's damp but not like dripping wet. And I wrapped it around my shoulders like this to keep me from getting too fried. I didn't get sunburned, but it got really hot, and this helped cool me down. It just provided an extra layer of protection, and this was amazing. To feel like coldness when you're out in the desert, it's just a really great feeling. This is also pretty cute, so I didn't mind like carrying it around or like, you know, wearing it around my neck. I think this was one of the best accidental things that I learned last year at Coachella. And while we're on the topic of sun protection, I'll move on to my next hack, which is sunblock. I don't like to get tan because that means I have to invest in new foundation that will match my new skin tone. I know it sounds really silly, but if I can save money and not have to buy new foundation, then great. So last year I bought the Skinfood sunblock, and it has PA+++. I don't exactly know what it means, but it's supposed to protect your skin from getting tan. That's like my horrible condensed version of describing this, but it really helped last year. I didn't get tan at all. My skin tone barely even changed. I didn't have to change foundation, and if you're like me and you don't want to get tan, highly recommend getting sunblock with PA+++. Next tip, I recommend bringing earplugs or headphones so that you can listen to music at night to help you fall asleep. Depending on when you decide to call it a night, there are probably people still walking around the campsite or music still playing from the festival, or even wind. It gets pretty windy at Coachella, and when the wind hits your tent, it gets pretty noisy. So it can be a bit difficult to fall asleep. That's why I would recommend bringing earplugs if you want some silence. I liked listening to my favorite songs before I went to sleep. It will really help you to fall asleep. but the earplugs will probably help you stay asleep throughout the entire night. Next hack is to bring your own water bottle. You can bring an empty water bottle inside the festival and refill it at one of their water stations. Obviously, it's not going to be as cold or refreshing as a bottle of water that's been sitting in ice all day, but you'll definitely save a lot of money because the cost of those water bottles can add up. For the times when I was really desperate, I just bought a water bottle because I wanted something really cold. But for the other times, this water bottle and the water stations, they were enough. I would also suggest bringing one of those spray bottles with the spinning fans on it because that will really help to keep you cool also. I don't think they let you bring that into the festival, but even just having it on your campsite is pretty good. This next hack is specifically for campers. When you go to shower, I would recommend bringing cash for the VIP showers. Last year they were $5 and the lines were much shorter than the regular showers. I think that's worth it because you don't have to wait in this long line for an hour or maybe 2 hours just so you can shower. To be perfectly honest, the VIP showers weren't very VIP. They still sucked. But spending that $5 is much more worth it to me because I can get that time back. This kind of leads into my next hack. So outside of the showers, they have stations with mirrors and extension cords so you can plug in your hairdryer or styling tools or whatever and do your hair there. I didn't use it, but I saw a lot of times the power would fizz out and it just looked like such a hassle. Leo really helped us to level up here. He had an extension cord where you can plug into your car. So when your car is running, you can plug something into that extension cord and you have electricity. When we had time, Karen and I actually used that extension cord to curl our hairs. It seems a little bit like over the top, but it was just convenient. It's definitely a nice to have and not necessary. Having an electrical outlet there, like at your campsite, just makes things a lot more convenient and you have more options on what you can bring. Since your car has to be running, obviously it eats up your gas, so just make sure that you have enough gas going into the campsite. My last hack is also something that Leo brought. He brought an Easy Up, which are those, giant canopies. I think it pretty much saved our lives because we had a shady place to sit under and we brought like our camping chairs and whatnot. It was just really nice. It was like our home, our protection for the entire trip. When you're on the campsite, there's literally no shade. You're just out there in the open under the sun and you're going to want some kind of protection over your body. You're gonna want a home. You don't just want to bring a tent because it's gonna get so hot in there. I don't know exactly how much Easy Ups are, but I know they're not cheap. It's definitely an investment. So it's kind of up to you to decide whether or not you want one and whether or not it's worth it. But if you have one laying around or if you know someone who has one that you can borrow, definitely bring it because it will help you so much. So those are my 10 hacks for Coachella. There's definitely a lot more. If you have any hacks or advice for me or people watching this video, please leave it in the comments down below. Anything helps. I think the more information you have, the more prepared you'll be and the more fun you can have because at the end of the day, you just want to have fun and you don't want these little things getting in the way of you having fun. Tell me in the comments if you're going to Coachella and who you're most excited to see. I'm most excited to see Borns, Zella Day, and G-Eazy. They are my current favorites right now, so I am super excited to see them there. If you see me at Coachella, say hi. I'd love to meet you and have like a face-to-face conversation rather than just me talking to the camera. Also, an update on my lookbook. I am in the process of editing it. I hope to post it sometime this weekend. Editing it has been taking a lot longer than I expected, but I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I guess that's it for this video. If you guys liked it and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Again, let me know if you're going to Coachella, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!